standing inside of Eating House Restaurant, a project I opened up 6 years ago with my business partner and best friend Alex Casanova. We decided to open up this restaurant because we wanted to have a restaurant where the food and the cultures of Miami were really represented. So we work very closely with local farmers. We use a lot of local ingredients, so that's what really determines what goes on the menu that week. When we started off as a pop-up restaurant, we really wanted to make a name for ourselves. So instead of celebrating the traditional holidays, we decided to do a 420 dinner. It was really the first of its kind in this city, and it was just a madhouse that day. We had 100 people inside the restaurant, another 100 outside the restaurant, everybody enjoying all these dishes that cost $4.20, modeled after this 420 munchie menu. And every year, for 6 years going on, we constantly change the menu. We've never replicated a single dish. And this year's theme is breakfast. So it's gonna be like having breakfast for dinner. So I'm gonna show you a couple of the dishes we're gonna make this year. So the flavors of chocolate and peanut go perfectly together. You've had it in tons of candy bars. Now imagine some of that smokiness coming from the bacon paired with the peanut and the chocolate. So the first step is gonna be the candying process. It's very simple. You're gonna use some light brown sugar. You're gonna put about a tablespoon on each strip. Now after, you just wanna pat down the brown sugar into the bacon. Now we're gonna go ahead and enhance our dish. Here's where you can really go wild. You can make it any take you want. You can model it after all of your favorite candy bars. We're gonna add a little bit of toasted peanuts. These are salted as well, so keep that in mind. It's already gonna add a little bit of saltiness to our dish. Now we're gonna go back again, same process we did with the peanuts, but we're gonna do it with cocoa nibs. It's got a great chocolate flavor. It's pretty much just ground up cocoa beans. And instead of being super sweet like a milk chocolate would be, it's quite bitter. So it's gonna continually enhance our dish. Right now you see that everything is kind of loose on the bacon, but as this cooks and the bacon fat melts and mixes with the brown sugar, it's gonna caramelize and everything's gonna stick to the top. And we're gonna go back again and do as we did before and really pat it into it. That's pretty much it. Really simple dish. It's really fun. It's really flavorful. All we need to do is go ahead and cook it. 20-25 minutes at 350 degrees in your oven, and you're gonna be all set. So we cooked the bacon for about 15-20 minutes in the oven, and we've let it cool substantially. Enough that you can see you can pick it up, and it looks just like a candy bar. You've got a bunch of caramelization from the brown sugar. You've got that really nice crunch from the cocoa nibs and the peanuts. And to finish it, I like using some Maldon salt. It's really crispy, really crunchy, not as salty as traditional table salt, but it's really gonna tie it all in together. It's gonna make it taste more like a Butterfinger. So now we plated our Butterfinger bacon. It's ready to serve, and while our guests are enjoying this, we'll move on to our next dish. For 420, KFC stands for Korean fried chicken. We start off with a really simple rub. Here we're using a little seasoned salt, garlic and onion powder, black pepper and cayenne. What you wanna do is you wanna take a little milk and slowly just whisk it in so you don't get too many clumps. So now that we created our marinade, really simple, really delicious, and really flavorful most importantly, we're just gonna add it to our chicken thighs. The easiest way is just to pour the marinade right over the chicken and just toss to combine it. You wanna make sure that all parts of the chicken are completely coated in our buttermilk. Now all that's left to do is cover this in a little plastic wrap, refrigerate it for a couple hours until you're ready to fry. So now that we got our chicken marinating for a couple hours, all we need to do is bread it. We've got tons of flavor in this marinade, so we're just gonna add a little salt and black pepper to our flour. Now you can go ahead and bread this any way you'd like. I like using all-purpose flour for it. All you need is a little bit of buttermilk marinated chicken and your flour and a little patience. This is not where you want to skip. You want to really make sure that you're properly breaded. So now all of our chicken is breaded. We're ready to go to the fryer. So we're going to build our sandwich. We're going to start off with our potato bun. And I like to put a little bit of the miso mayo on both sides. Next step is glazing our chicken. We want to go ahead and put some on it before we serve it to make sure we get both sides. We're going to add some of our Asian glazed chicken on top. Now all that's left is just to finish it with a little bit of iceberg lettuce and some fresh cucumbers. Now instead of going the traditional pickle route, we go completely fresh. We've got lots of intensity again from our sauces, so we're going to add just lots of vibrancy coming from the iceberg lettuce and the cucumber. And then a lot of height, a lot of texture, a lot of crispness, ice cold iceberg lettuce. If we want, we can go ahead and add a little bit of sauce to kind of flavor our lettuce as well. And what I like to do to finish it, serve it on a nice wood platter and a little steak knife on top to seal the deal. So these are just a couple of the items we're going to be serving at 420 this year. But to round out the meal, we got to have dessert, right? We got the munchies. So we've got cereal pancakes with condensed milk syrup and our café con leche French toast that we're serving with crumbled Maria cookie streusel. I think I'm going to go ahead and dive into this KFC style sandwich. Really get a great taste, lots of flavor and texture. Delicious. All right, guys, I hope you have a dope 420 and this satisfies your munchies.